Okay, I want to say welcome again everybody, it's me, Wushu Richard. In this video I'm going to welcome you, okay everybody, to my life philosophy series. Yes, a good few years back, it must be almost around 7 years ago now, I originally made a series of philosophy videos. I'm a bit of a deep thinker, okay, thinker and a philosopher myself, but I believe, what does it really mean to be, a philosopher or a deep thinker? Basically, it just means like looking truthfully and honestly at things. And the only way we can see in life is by being honest with ourselves and seeing in the way we see as individuals. So I want to welcome everybody, okay, again, as I say, I don't think I'm clever, okay, or anything like that, or more wise than whoever out there in the world. We all have a mind, we all experience different things in life. A lot of that comes from what we do and how we be in this one life. Basically, this video though is a welcome, okay, and an introduction. Here I am nearly 10 years later. And starting again, and I always wanted to make a new philosophy series and come back on that, because martial arts is about improving your life on all levels, and it's about mind and body. And I want to remind everybody out there, okay, it doesn't matter if you're not a martial artist, okay, as in terms of practicing the physical art, the martial arts, martial arts is about helping yourself and being honest with yourself, looking into reality and studying all aspects of life and reality as we know it, or as we, how can I say, it's about constant growth and striving for improvement of your life, okay, so it's very hard to put into words. I'm a big fan of, I'm a real big fan of this guy, an ancient Chinese philosopher who was called Lao Tzu back in the day, okay, Lao Tzu. He had a book, okay, called the Dao De Jing, okay, a very old philosophical book. I advise anybody looking up this book. Sometimes it's pronounced differently or spelled differently, like Tao Te Ching, but it's the Dao De Jing, okay. It's a book by Lao Tzu, okay, an ancient Chinese philosopher. And in that they talk about the truth, and being like the true way, as in, Bruce Lee used to talk about, using no way as the way and things like that, It's all like yin and yang, okay, yin yang, saying that there's two opposites to everything in life, two sides to everything I should say, always against each other, but always working with each other in a perfect flow of harmony. And we need to seek balance in our lives, which is a hard thing to do, right, in this hectic, chaotic world. You've got other forces of nature, and then you've got human beings wanting to kill each other, and wars all over across the world, and messed up, effed up societies, corrupt crap, excuse my free expression, but as I say, I express myself freely. So what's all this about? First of all, I admire and I respect people who do have an open mind to all subjects. Now, myself, I don't have a religion as such. Some people out there, maybe you, maybe spiritual, religious, I should say. But I believe we're all spiritual on that level. We all have a heart, and emotions and a mind. So in some ways, of course, I would say I'm spiritual, I guess, but I'm not like religious. I don't have a religion. But I think as soon as you have like a belief in something, okay, it's very hard to say like, if you take away belief from people and you say, well, you can't do that because belief is what keeps people going. Look at what belief has done. You say in life, belief has given people the power to create wonderful things, to create aeroplanes, create the internet, things like that. You have to believe in something, otherwise you can never win, you can never score that goal in a football game, let's say, or whatever, okay? It's got to be the belief behind it. But what I'm saying is, okay, is like, that's what I mean. You might say, if you take away belief from people, they've got nothing, yeah? But it's like, you might not, there's other people out there right now in the world who don't believe they have a life. There's some people in this world who want to commit suicide or believe that their life is so lower than everybody else. I mean, there's people in parts of society across the world, let's say, living in the ghettos or wherever they're at, you know, and they're like, they say, oh man, I ain't got a pair of trainers, man, I haven't got the, you know, my family give me nothing, you know. They're comparing themselves to the upper classes, you know. But it's like, if these people were to go to like some other parts of the world where there's really poor people, starving people who've got nothing, you know what I mean? There's people on life support machines or on the most primitive or whatever it might be, or the best. But there's people out there now fighting for the breath in their lungs, and they're just smiling and they're so happy when they see their visitors come in the room, maybe in the hospital, let's say, or their loved ones, and they feel they've got everything they need right there. They see the value of life. So, our heart's beating now. I'm sure if you're watching this, I'm sure your heart's beating, right? If not, please teach me how to do that, if that's a real epic martial arts. I'm just saying, okay? You know, to live even after death, you must be a zombie, man. I'm just saying, you know, if your heart's still beating, your lungs are breathing, you're not trying to believe that, are you? You know what I'm saying? It's like, you might say, well, if you don't believe in yourself in life, then you just die. You have to believe in the life you live in and believe in every aspect. But what I'm saying is it can be blurry. You know, the words can become very blurred and confusing. You can put things across in so many ways. People can be so artistically creative, or they can make so much clutter and be so confusing. That's why societies, you know, are a total mess anyway. You know, laws are complicated. There's noise outside that window you can hear right now. Cars beeping their hooters, they can't even get their traffic regulations sorted, you know what I mean? So, you will never get perfection. But what I admire is I respect people like Jacques Fresco. Do you know Jacques Fresco of the Venus Project? This guy is an absolute legend, Jacques Fresco, and I've spoken to people who know of him too. Jacques Fresco is like 98 years old or something at this point in time. Check the date of upload on this video. But this guy is someone who strives to improve all aspects of life, the humanity, you know, the understanding and communication between people, and how we make societies. How can I say that? You know, he was an inventor. He is a very special individual. Now, he said that, you know, people sometimes, there's no way of like making real good communication with people, because everybody is always thinking what they're thinking, you know. They're never really listening to what's going on and never really trying to see the truth of actually what's really there. Like I was talking about before, about this Laozi guy, the original, the ancient philosopher in China who wrote the book, the Tao Te Ching. Okay, this guy was a great philosopher. He was talking about the Tao and that the true way. He was saying that the true things can't be put into words or shown as such. The truth is the truth. Anything more is just advertisement, you know. And it's like if something's good, why would you need so much advertisement? Everybody would know about it. Word will spread. You know, in the ancient times, word would spread through different parts of the forest or whatever, you know, and people would know who's the greatest tiger fighter or whatever, or the hunter, you know, in these lands. You know, they would know back in the day. They might call it spiritual, they might call it their word being taken by the almighty eagle flying across the canyons. It might be whatever spiritual beauty, whatever they believe, but information spreads. You know what I mean? So, as human beings, we've got to learn responsibility and learn. In my point of view, okay, I don't force my beliefs on people, I'm just trying to say. Creativity, from good comes more good. You know, from bad comes more bad. Positivity, negativity. Yeah? From creation you get growth. From destruction you get the opposite of that. So trying to make communication with others is wise. Being understanding, being humble, and communicating with the other fellow human beings is what is true wisdom, I would say. Treating others the same, respecting them for who they are. You know, people live different lives, they've had different experiences, so we definitely can learn something from every individual human being. You don't need to keep going around putting people down or worrying about what other people think of you or this or that either. So what I'm saying is, okay, it seems like I'm just making all this up as I go along. Part of it's true, part of it's reality. You're in connection with reality, you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. So what I'm saying is like, there comes a point where it's not just like doing or thinking as such, it's just you feel the reality, it's absolutely there. You just got to be humble with your fellow human being, you know, and hear what someone else is truly saying, share your ideas, and that's it. There's, you know, information spreads, as I was saying. So information, okay, if you don't have information, you won't get anything. That's what I'm saying. There'll be no growth from that. So me making these videos, okay, these philosophy videos, is something I like to do. Each time we'll have a different topic, okay. I will share maybe some of my experiences in life that I've had, past, present or future, or my thoughts on different subjects, and it's all my own personal views on life, okay. Wushu Richard's Life Philosophy is called, okay. A new series, and each episode will have a different topic, and I will talk to you in reality using the philosophy of martial arts, yin and yang, okay, yin yang, the philosophy of the forces of that, true science or factual evidence of knowledge, you know, whatever I have experienced in my life, or my thoughts on what other people have said, or experiences that they've shared with me. I will just share all of my thoughts on a topic and my experiences, and let's take that and look at the truth. Remember, when I'm talking to you, okay, through a video, it's not like I'm going to be forcing my ideas upon you. It's not like I'm going to be, you know, just putting it out there and saying, this is what it is, you know, you need to live your life this way. Not at all. It's just me sharing whatever it is, and you take the good and the bad from both, and you learn to do better and do good. You have to study the whole picture. So whatever way you study or hear something or think about it, whatever opinions you have, don't jump to assumptions, but whatever opinions you have, or whatever you hear, or whatever you think you hear, that's just what you experience yourself. So what you need to do is just choose. Now when you look at something, anything in life, or when you're listening to someone speak, you just listen and see how you feel about that information, and what would you do? Or how can you do better with that? Or do you have a better idea? You're in control of your own mind. Don't lose your mind to someone's word. That's what I will say. But if we don't share each other's, you know, and hear other people out and share our own views, we'll never get communication. So it's a window to communication. I think more people should share their ideas, and hopefully, you know, it's not just a madman speaking to a camera here, me or you, or listening to some nutter. It's basically anyone can, you know, share. So I would like to hear more of your ideas and your thoughts maybe in the future. If you want to leave comments, fine. I'd love to listen. If you have any questions or requests, or you'd like to know more about anything I've said in the videos, or in martial arts in general, or anything, just do leave a request too and let me know, okay? Anything you disagree with is also fine. We're not going to argue. I would love to hear what your ideas are. There's no wrong or right as long as you're not harming anybody. Martial arts is all about that, helping you to live a better life. So it doesn't mean someone's helping you. You're helping yourself always, and that's what it is. You're taking advantage of the best of life and making more of whatever you can. Okay, so it's not like my videos is just about martial arts and this is it. You might not be a martial artist, but you can learn wisdom. Basically, if you're wise enough to live a more healthy, happy life, and you know, that's it, you know, then you're on the right path. And basically, that's the true meaning of martial arts. Martial arts is talking about being healthy. To be healthy in the body, yeah, is what I'm saying, and the mind, you need to get that knowledge how to survive in life. You need to learn from the society, the situation you're in. If you're living in a rainforest, you've got to learn about that. How to hunt the food, how to cook the food, what water you can drink. All this is all about balancing your life out. The physical, when you're climbing trees, like a monkey, you know, just saying in the ancient days, or making a bow and arrow, or climbing up the trees, or learning how to make a raft, you know, or fishing without a traditional, you know, a fishing rod, things like that. It's learning how to balance your body out and balance things out, how to make a strong raft or canoe, how to, with your art, using art and being creative like they used to be back in the days, making cave paintings and stuff like that. Cooking, learning how to make fire. It's been ever since the beginning. Studying the elements of nature, what science talks about, all of this. You don't need to be a rocket scientist as such, but you can be a more wise human being, a more productive human being, rather than just going through your life and then dying. Very noisy outside, excuse that. So anyone can just talk to a camera all day or to someone, or anyone can just listen to someone speaking, but the most important thing is think and do from your, and make something today yourself, make your mark in this life, a positive one, So when I say it's all martial arts, what I mean is your health, health is everything. Martial arts is trained for health, so it's talking about all parts of your body. You can't be just standing doing the martial art movements, or dreaming, dancing around, or doing fighting moves, or a basketball, whatever it might be, on the top of a cliff when it's freezing cold and you just die and you don't understand about pneumonia and things like that, and sciences and stuff, you know what I mean? Or you get a cut in the forest, or you're bit by some poisonous snake, or it becomes septic, and you don't learn about that. You have to learn about all areas of your life. No one can learn everything, but it teaches you to be more balanced by learning about all kinds of imbalance and positive and negative in your life, ultimately. So if you're healthy enough to, let's say your body's more strong, it can take, becomes more, strong against, what's the word, I can't think of the word, against diseases, let's say. It's the same as in fighting too. When you learn how to fight, someone's going to attack you, you block, strike, someone come touch me here, I'll block that, or strike you. It's the same, you're learning so that any negative force can't basically hurt you. You're not learning to fight and that, you're just learning, you're training to be as invincible as possible, even though you can't be. But as long as you're trying to impose your will on nature, put others down, push others aside, or working so hard for something, you might break your back working, digging your grave one of these days. Life's not about slaving away, working for nothing, throwing your money away, throwing your health, your time away, being constantly under pressure, constantly under pressure. No, it's about giving yourself some pressure, challenging yourself, learning, studying to improve yourself. You know what I mean? Things like that. Learning to take the pain. But then you're not going to kill yourself or stand there and take a bullet to your head, are you? It's dumb. It's about challenging yourself, pushing yourself, making yourself stronger, but not trying to compare it up with somebody else. There'll always be someone out there in the world that's either physically more stronger or mentally more capable or knowledgeable or experienced in their own way. And different knowledge and different powers, both on the mind and the physical, work well in different situations. That's a strong wind. That's a strong wind on the top of the mountains there. But when there's like a cave or something when the water can't get to, or under the water, it's just not effective, is it? Or it goes on a certain angle. So things work in different flows. So basically that means there's no ultimate total strength or total weakness. When it becomes one, it becomes the other. You can't have one side without the other, like yin and yang. They say you only know beauty because there's ugliness in the world. You only know ugly because there's beauty in the world. You know what I mean? Things like light and dark, all of this, it's what we talk about. So it can seem very deep or it can seem very simple, however you see it as. It's not like you think about all this every day in your life. No, in your life, some people say to me that I come across so simple and I'm joking around and mucking around. And some people say that I come across really deep and complicated in my thinking. And they say, God, you think that, But it's not that at all. It's not that I go around every day thinking about that and the universe and all the rest of it. It's just studying the basics of your life, the base foundation of what you are and who you're trying to learn more about yourself so you can do better. And studying others to understand yourself better, studying yourself to understand others better. And ultimately you not fight, but you just constantly are creating and making the most of your life and your time. And then you learn to be more simple in your life and live a more happy, healthy life. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Thank you. I train hard and stay safe, I always say. I'll see you in the following videos. We're going to be doing a lot of philosophy videos, okay, too, as well as the physical training videos, okay? So remember, stay healthy and always stay positive. Thank you for watching. Always, okay? Just keep it real. No ego, no humbleness. No ego, I'm not being ego on here. I'm trying to be humble. I'm just speaking my mind to the camera. Whatever you think, that's up to you. It's totally your mind. There's no right or wrong, as long as you're healthy and on the right path for yourself. Okay? We'll all be old one day. Make the most of it.